Very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 52. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Green with a catch left side. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 46 yards.
First down and goal to go.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
Jackson, buying time to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson now. Throwing again. Steps away to his left. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Wendell Smallwood. His third touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. The toss play to Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice session,
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now again, running right, it's Smallwood. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson, being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Jackson, always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Ingram again, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
Excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Andy Dalton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Returning it is Moore. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Throw left side complete to Ross. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Line 36. Line 36. Oh, you got
to throw again. Dalton complete to Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A 45-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie things at 17-all. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Dancing to his left. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain there of 21 yards.
Mike 42, check.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ingram.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball net because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range.
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete. Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm coming for you, son.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Get off the field.
They run for it with Mixon. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, Roy. Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green with touchdown number 12 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sean Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Running for it, Smallwood. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 25 on second down, Jackson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now it's Jackson, forced out to his left. Touchdown, Ravens.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ladies! Defense, our time. It's our time.
Oh, good footwork on the spin. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's see what you got.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? On the screen, Bernard. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey. Line 36. On. He goes 368. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Here's Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
Man up, D. Man up, D. Watch this. Rush in. I got it.
Dalton now to pass. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Pernell McPhee. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Jackson to throw. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
A run with Smallwood, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They run again on first down with Smallwood. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now Smallwood running right. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Throw left side complete. It's Ross. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Passing, it's Dalton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Smallwood. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There's Jackson on 3rd and long, eluding the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they get a little bit of praise.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 times. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Right here. Check it backer, check it backer.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. All right, T. Let's go. All right, T. Here you go. 93, 52, 96.
Oh, passing it. Dalton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hands up. Lead. 36 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't. Here you go. Can. 36. Live. 36. Watch 36.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. They've got his man complete. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that fourth.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the fourth. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time he just didn't get there.
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning